Good afternoon, guys. It's Sunday afternoon. It's 3 p.m. Now, just had a crazy idea. While I'm refurbishing the kitchen or fitting a new kitchen, obviously we got no oven there, so I'm not baking any bread or anything like that. And to be honest, I am really missing it. So I've just come up with an idea now. I'm going to make a bread dough, or say half a mixture of bread dough. I'm going to turn it into buns, rolls, bread rolls, and I'm going to try baking them in the air fryer. I've never done it before, so this is just off the top of my head. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed, because basically I've just found a packet of yeast and I don't want to waste it. And there's some wholemeal flour and some strong white, so I'll probably mix the two of them. So this is a little bit of improvised baking with Keith. Let's see how it goes. So here we go. It's first off 150 millilitres of water. I put a little bit of sugar in there, just half a spoonful, teaspoonful, and I pop the yeast in. So what we're going to do first is cover this yeast for a few minutes. Make sure that it activates, because if it doesn't activate, then we're not going to be making any bread or bread rolls or anything. So yeah, mix that in. Just going to cover it now, and we'll pop back when it's activated. So there we have it. The yeast is starting to activate. As you can see, it's bubbling away there. So next I'm going to weigh the flour. I need 500, so it's half that, 250 grams of flour. I've got 106 grams there of strong white flour, and I'm going to top it up with the wholemeal flour to get the 250 grams. There we go. That's a mixture of flour, wholemeal and strong white bread flour, and we got 250 grams of flour. Into that flour I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt. And the last thing I'm going to add is a little bit of olive oil, so about a spoonful and a half. That's about it. I'm not really going to measure that today, but it's in. Okay guys, so we're back on the yeast, and look at that, it's almost doubled in size. Well, that is well activated. So we're just going to pop that into the mixture now. There you go, that's in the bowl with the mixture. Let's mix it up. So there we go, that has mixed now into a nice dough. Some nice feel to it. The water feels right. I did add just a little bit of plain flour just to make sure it wasn't too wet. But yeah, I'm going to get that on the table now. I'm going to give it a bit of moulding, and then put it back in the bowl to rise. So after a little bit of pounding or kneading's the correct term, there's our nice little ball of dough. I'm going to pop that back into there. I popped a little hairnet over it, and I'm just going to set that to one side now to let it double in size. It is 1 hour later, and the dough has doubled in size. So what we're going to do now, I have knocked the dough back and I'm just weighing it, and it is 442 grams. I have halved it, so there are two there at 221-ish. So there we go, out of that mix of dough we've managed to get 8 nice round bread rolls. Right, this is my plan. So I've got 4 bread rolls on that board, which I'm going to cover, and as soon as they double in size I'm going to bake them in the air fryer. The other 4 I've covered on a little tray and I'm going to put in the fridge. It's actually called retarding. So when you're letting them double in size in the warm, that's called proving. This is called retarding. You put it in the cold and they won't start rising properly until I take them back out tomorrow, ready to cook them. So let's pop those in the fridge. The first 4 bread rolls are in the fridge, retarding. These 4 I'm going to leave for half hour covered with a cloth to hopefully double in size, and then we'll go from there and we'll cook them in the air fryer. First things first, let's get this air fryer warmed up. The air fryer just coming up the temperature. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on each of these bread rolls. No idea what they're going to bake like, never done it before. Hey yo, trial and error. So let's get these drawers out and put them in. We've got silicone baskets in them. That's 2 into each. And let's just check the temperature, 200. And the time on that one, let's put that up to, well, it's 15 minutes there. And then number 2, 200. And let's check the time. Oh, we don't want that, but what did I say, 15 on it? There we are, 14:48, that's close enough. So we're going to give them 15 minutes in the air fryer and go from there, see how they bake. So my bread rolls are baking away in the air fryer. To be honest, if I wasn't going out, which I'm about to do in about 15 minutes, I would have probably proved these a little bit longer, but see how they go, and then it'll show me how long to prove the others tomorrow before I bake them. And that's the first of the bread rolls ready, and oh yes, nice. They baked well. Now, to be honest, they're still a little bit small, so tomorrow morning I'll probably leave the others prove a bit more before I bake them. But let's get them out. Well, I've definitely seen worse, and they are more than cooked. And there's the other 2, just finished. So that's all 4 bread rolls out. I'm going to leave them now and I'll taste them later. But hey ho, you can make bread in the air fryer.